Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we're just going to go through what's going on with the boxing world for the past week, and also going to catch up with this week as well. So when I done my last weekly report, we found out that Conor Benn, what did he do? He relinquished his boxing border control license. So I'm going to be real. I'm still going to wait. The jury's out. But it's just not looking good for Ben. I hope this guy is innocent. I hope there's a reasonable explanation to this. But right now, it's not looking good for Ben. Not looking good for Ben. Not looking good for Matchroom, The Zone, even Sauerland. All you it's not looking good for none of you lot. To put the fact for Ben to then talk about relinquish his license, and then he had another failed test, and that other failed test was back. What was it? It was back in July, I believe. So you've had a failed test in July, and obviously checking the boxing scene. What some member of Eubank's team was Eubank's team was unaware of this first drugs test. Failed the first drug test. So. Yeah, it's just not looking good for Eddie Hearn. Ain't looking good for Conor Benn. And yeah, I will not rip him until everything's out. But right now, it's just, you are looking more guilty than innocent. The whole thing with the whole B sample. Get the B sample tested. You're holding out on the B sample. Now, the public, we see it for what it is. One thing I will say as well with what's that guy on Talksport? What's it? Simon Jordan. Now, the guy knows a little bit about boxing. He does talk a lot of talk a lot of nonsense, but some things obviously when he's referring to get the B sample, wherever, you're on Eddie Hearn's case, and I'm on the same bandwagon. Eddie Hearn, no matter whatever happens out of this situation, this is a dent in your career. This is the biggest dent. You talk about you can ask me anything. You talk this talk. You're different to these other promoters, mate. You're just exactly the same. You are exactly the same as all those other promoters. So and you Matchroom fanboys, you gotta see it for what it is. So still hoping the guy is innocent. Ain't looking good, but it is what it is. The guy gets. I'm pretty sure I was told that Ben could get up to a 4-year bond if he's been. Well, actually, now he's relinquished. They don't even know how they're going to proceed with that. Well, they might do what they've done with Tyson Fury, a backdated band. But we just have to see how it goes. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone was aware that Tyson Fury done an interview with this guy called True Geordie, and I'm gonna be going around everything. But the first thing I want to go around is the interview, the questions. Now, asking about KSI as a first question. I know, Sporting Icons, which he has a valid point that KSI has obviously called out Tommy Fury and all that. You have a valid point, and I'm not gonna disagree. And also the whole Conor Benn situation with about the drugs test, because obviously, like I said, Fury fell in the drugs test before. Same thing. But to start the questions like that. So, how did you watch the KSI fight? Look, that True Geordie, he watches a bit of boxing, but he's not a hardcore boxing fan. He's not hardcore. The questions about with Fury talking the most nonsense in regards to there's so much things he could have pulled out. If he knew more, he would have been able to pull him up on his BS. But the questions were, how he started the whole interview, it was ridiculous. And I'm going to say, I have no problem with those questions being put in, but put them in at the back end of the interview, not the first thing, like this KSI, this YouTube boxing thing. Like, that's what it is. It's a joke. Like, respect for them, they're making their money and all this kind of stuff there. I'm not even gonna lie, if one of those guys call me out and to make me fight one of those, bro, that's as easy money. So yeah, it is what it is. But to talk about KSI first thing in the interview, I'm on that wave. But the questions were in regards to where he's referring to about the Derek Chisora. Nobody wants to see this fight. Now, obviously, if True Geordie, like I said, knew a bit more, there's other guys who could have called it. He could have said, like, obviously, you talk about Joshua, you talk about Usyk, and it's kind of like, yeah, you surface board, yeah. There's fights there. Like I said, Andy Ruiz, Michael Hunter. To be honest with you, Michael Hunter was the most available opponent due to Fury's cousin Fury had to pull out the fight. He was the most available opponent you could have picked. And that's what it is. This whole thing about, are they going to sell? Well, if Fury's the big star like people say he is, he could sell out. He sold out Wembley all by himself when really it was Dillian Whyte and Fury that sold out Wembley. But if he could do that, what's wrong with the little 60,000 Michael Hunter? Because Joshua was able to do it with, I'm not going to add Parker because it was a unification. I'm not going to add Klitschko. He done it with Povetkin. Yeah, sold out Wembley with, don't want to be misquoted, but I'm pretty sure he sold out Wembley with Povetkin. And also with Carlos Takam, which actually he was actually supposed to fight Pulev, if you remember, but Pulev got pulled out because of an injury. So, yeah, Usyk. And he sold out with Usyk as well. Prior to, apart from hardcore boxing fans, the casual fans never knew about Usyk. So, like I said, if Fury's this big star, what everyone claims he is, like, Frank Warren coming out saying, oh yeah, Fury sold out Wembley, 94,000. All Fury. Fury sold out. Nothing to do with Dillian Whyte, just straight Fury. Come on. So why now? What's your excuse with this whole Chisora not getting sold out at the moment? He's a big star. Because I can tell you this right now, Joshua could go in, even with his back-to-back losses, he could still go in there and still sell out. So. Yeah, that's all I've got for that. But yeah, this whole thing of the whole Chisora fight, sticking it on, like there was no other opponents. You had Michael Hunter, Frank Sanchez, I can never say the guy, Magomedov. Who else was in the top 15? Jeez, who else was in that top 15 again? Yeah, Andy Ruiz, Frank Sanchez, Hunter. Mate, there's so many opponents you could have chosen, and I know you didn't pick none of them. So yeah, stop the cap, stop the BS, because that's all Fury's just a straight up walking contradiction. Now we're gonna go on where he's referring to what did he say? Yes, with True Geordie's. I wouldn't say he was bashing Chisora, but you could clearly see, he's backing Chisora, which you will do, because at the end of the day, you're going out there, you're taking a beating. Unlike other fighters, I do believe this fight will be entertaining. Now, unfortunately, I will not be watching this fight due to you have Troy Williamson and Josh Kelly on the same night, I believe, and that fight that's going to be a fight. So I'm more, unless that fight gets just finished early, if they're clashing within times, I'm on Channel 5. I'm just calling it for what it is, and then I will then tune in to that fight. But as far as the fight go, Chisora is going to give it a go. That's one thing. Chisora's going to give it a go. this is his last hurrah. Like, because he's going to, like, obviously it's the heavyweight division, one punch changed everything. But Chisora, you know, when he loses, that's it, he's out. He's out. So I'll just look at it as one final big payday for Chisora. As far as, so do the hardcore boxing fans want to see the fight? No. Because we know the story. If they didn't fight before, would have been a bit intrigued, but remember, Chisora's coming from, how many losses did he have back to back? So he lost to Usyk, he lost to Parker, again, then he beat, no, I'm pretty sure he had another loss as well. No, that was it. Then he beat Pulev, which in a life and death. You know, Chisora's got max, I can tell you right now, Chisora's got max 4-5 rounds tops, and then that is it. He's there for the taking. So we know the story on what's going to happen there. But like I said, there's a heavyweight division, one punch change everything. But I just don't see that punch coming. Now, when it comes to Fury, once again, referring to, he's going to be the first heavyweight. He's going to be the first heavyweight to do 2 trilogies. Like I said, once again, to a casual fan, true Geordie, like I said, respect, he's done the interview, but like I said, if he know more about boxing, he would have said, wait a second, Ali, Ken Norton, Frazier. Yeah? They're obviously, Ali's lost, got them back. They're worth a trilogy, right? You've beat Derek Chisora twice. What's the trilogy? You're the first boxer in history. Like I said, guys who don't know the boxing would not question that. Don't know. Now another thing he said, which I find it was the biggest bollocks I've heard from Fury. That's all it was. How are you going to try to say that Usyk is not in your era? Yeah, he's not in your era, but Joshua is. So if we bring it back, so Joshua and Usyk, London 2012, both won gold. Yeah. I can't remember. Did they both? I'm pretty sure they both debuted the same year as well. So don't quote me on that before anyone gets at me. But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 2013 they both did. Yeah. And then you had yes, he had the debut. You know. Let me just check this up now, because I know someone out there in the comment section is gonna be like, yeah, you don't know nothing. So let me just check this out quick. But what I do know, Fury became world champion in 2015 when he went to Dusseldorf to beat Klitschko. In 2016, Joshua Joshua became champion, and also Usyk became champion late, like 10 months. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in October. Yeah, like 10 months after. So the thing is what, and also if you want to talk about errors, yeah. Okay, so if you want to play, we could play that game, fine, I've got no problem. Has Fury fought Pulev? Because what area are we talking? You've not fought Pulev, right? You've not fought Povetkin, right? So when you're talking about errors, where are we going with this? Yeah. Another thing as well, he says that, which is, Usyk's a foreigner who wants to see him. So when you went over to America to fight Tom Schwartz, I ain't gonna be real with you. I know boxing, and I'd never heard of Tom Schwartz until Fury, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah. Otto Wallen, obviously I know about Otto Wallen before, but Tom Schwartz, never heard of him. You've gone over to America to fight a European fighter. Then you go over to America again to fight another European fighter. Guarantee boxing fans will know Usyk before, when I'm saying this, before Usyk beat Joshua, a lot of boxing fans, or a lot of even like a casual or whatever, will know more, would have heard the name. I know it's hard me saying this, but they would have heard the name more of a Usyk then they would have heard of a Otto Wallin, yeah, a Tom Schwartz. So you're just chatting rubbish. Now, the way it is looking, it does look like you are swerving. You don't want that smoke from Usyk coming out with all this BS. Joe Joyce is not in your era. And another thing as well, Usyk's older than you, yeah. Usyk's older than you. Joe Joyce is older than you. So where you get going with this? So you don't fight. What era are we talking? Yes, you fought Klitschko, but I didn't see you go in there against Chambers. You didn't go in there against Pulev. You didn't go in there against Povetkin. Yeah, but it's funny how Joshua has fought two out of the three. So you're just chatting rubbish. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for that. But yeah, big respect for True Geordie for getting on to him. Tyson Fury getting emotional at the end, telling him to F off and suck my balls and all this kind of stuff there. Like, yeah, just typical Fury antics. What can I say? It's but yeah, the guys talking. Obviously, if he knew more about boxing, he would have been able to like really just apply maximum pressure. But like I said, he ain't gonna be interviewed by him again. Typical. So yeah, that's all I got for that one. Now let's just see what else. Yeah, I've talked about the whole Conor Benn, but like I said, I'm gonna get more into that once that case is closed. But like I said, it's just not looking good for him at all. So let's see. I'll do that. Oh yeah, obviously we got this weekend. We got Bivol, Ramirez, Telford Barrett, Chantal. I'll go through the predictions. I'll do another video on that. What I want to just do is see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we know about that bit here about Devin Haney. It wasn't Lomachenko's best performance. I expect better if we fight. Yep. We're no surprise there. We'll do anything to make Lomachenko, Bob Arum. Yep. I didn't actually touch this up on my other video, but I'll touch this up now about Jake Paul. What's it? Knocking out. No. I tell her that he didn't knock out. I think he knocked down Anderson Silva. I'm just going to touch on this quick. Me personally, Jake Paul, he's doing good for. He's doing a lot for boxing. So I'm not one of those hardcore fans like, oh yeah, get him out of boxing and rare. No, he's doing his bit for boxing. But my issue is, from the moment he's actually stepping in there with a real boxer in his division, in the cruiserweight division, he's gonna get destroyed straight away. Like calling it for what it is. Anderson Silva, obviously he's a striker. He beat and another thing as well. If I'm gonna be honest with you, like I've seen little bits of it. From what I see from Anderson Silva, it just looks like he's pulling his punches. Like now, I'm gonna be honest with you. These whole exhibitions, I don't really watch them. So, but from what I see from Anderson Silva, the clips that I've seen, it does look like he was pulling his punches. So he's not following through with the punches. Like that's what I see. But if for someone knows about when I say pulling the punches, it's like he's arm punching. So there's a position. Obviously, he's got Silva's southpaw. So when he's throwing his right hand, he's just like he's just pulling it. He ain't following it through. He's just like just pulling the shots. So yeah. I don't know. Yeah, is what it is. Katie Taylor eyes on the Serrano rematch at Crow Park. Katie, yeah, I think I've touched that on my old video. So we got. I'm pretty sure there's some other stuff that's happening in boxing. Oh no, that's in my other video. Well, about Crawford. Yeah, for you aerosexuals, I'm coming for you in the next video. So we just heard about Canelo having surgery on his wrist, his left wrist. So I think that's the reasons why he couldn't knock out old Golovkin, who was there for the taking. But yeah, what else can I say about that? Now, as far as Zepeda, Regis Prograde pay-per-view. Yeah, we know about that. Oh yes, this guy, this rapper, what's his name? Migos. The guy Takeoff. Obviously, I've not seen the video, but Shakur Stevenson was standing next to him, and when this whole situation proceed, yeah. But you got to get away from these kind of guys. Anthony Joshua, talking about he's ready for, well, he will fight Wallin, White, Hrgovic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying about with Joshua. One thing, like, in years to come, when we look down on it, because, that's another thing. I know I'm going back here, but that's another thing. How is Fury want to be classified as one of the best fighters of all time? Yeah, so when you've had 5 title fights? Yeah, 5 title fights. 5 title fights you've had, all right? With 3 opponents. Look at the amount of title fights that Joshua's had. Joshua is going in there fighting the best opponents. Like I said, you're talking about a Hrgovic fight. Mate, why am I not hearing this from? Fury? I was like, that's another guy I've actually forgot to mention, Hrgovic. Even though, to be honest with you, I do feel like he did lose the last fight against Zhang. But like I said, it's another fight you could. I'm telling you, in years to come, you're not. Even like I said, let's just say you beat Usyk. You beat Usyk and become undisputed. That's not enough to be put down as an all-time great. I'm just calling it for what it is. Yeah, Ali, Larry Holmes, to name it, Lennox, to name a few. They literally beat every single opponent. Like you've gone and faced every single opponent. Joshua has done that. Yeah. Fury, like, do I believe that Fury could beat most of these opponents? 110%. But that's what I believe. It's not been done. It's 2 different things. Eddie Hearn, yeah, he's never given up. Conor Benn had the opportunity to lie, but he didn't. He wants to be honest. Yeah, whatever, man. What else we got? Yeah, Canelo already talked about that. Oh yeah, that's going to be interesting. I hope it does go ahead. So Chris Eubank Jr. was more likely to face Liam Williams on the 17th of December. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's a fight I want to see. So yeah, hopefully that it will get signed and approved and all that. That's a fight. Like, and to be honest with you, it's a tough fight. And you know what? Eubank Jr. beats Liam Williams. That will be his best win on his resume. Like, that's a big win. That's a big win. So, yeah, let's hope that goes. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be real. If they're fighting at middleweight, I'm pretty sure they'll fight at middleweight. If it's middleweight, you will believe that Liam Williams has the beating of Eubank. But yeah, Eubank pulls this off. Nothing about respect. So yeah, let's hope that fight gets over the line. Clarissa Shields and Natasha Jonas is definitely possible in 20, says Shalom. I would actually, yeah, that'll be a fight. But if I'm honest with you, Jonas has to come up to fight Clarissa. That's the only one thing. Like, yeah, and as far as that goes, we got over here. Yeah, like I said, well, Bivol says Canelo rematch is not his focus. He wants undisputed. Yes, and I'm down for that. Let's get this over the line. Bivol or Ramirez, whoever wins this weekend, go and fight Beterbiev. Now, obviously, Beterbiev has got yards, which I'll be rooting for yards. That's in sometime in January, I believe. So I'll be rooting for Yard. But yeah, if we could get that fight over the line, get those fights. Next fight for each opponent, the winner of Yard and Beterbiev, the winner of Bivol and Ramirez. Let's get them in the ring. The winner, undisputed. That's what I want, undisputed. So, like I said, that's what I want. Oscar De La Hoya, hopeful for Davis, and once again, we hear this over and over again. Until that fight is signed, let's get that fight over the line before anything else. Another thing with Eddie Hearn, what does make me laugh when he's talking about David Benavidez, that he must earn his spot to fight Canelo. Mate, what is it with Canelo? Like, there's a post from that guy called Boxing, I want to say Boxing Habit, where he's obviously pulled up Andre Ward about, that was about Prime for Prime. There's a post out there that's saying about, the only Prime fighter that Ward fought was Kovalev. Okay, cool. I'm not going to get into any kind of argument with that. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But then you said about Prime fighters that Canelo has fought. You said, what did he say? He said Saunders, which, to be honest with you, look, Saunders should have been at middleweight. He wasn't disciplined enough. He wanted to fight super middleweight. You got to fight. No matter what, you can't question nothing on that win. Straight, that's a legitimate win. Obviously, if you want to talk about Golovkin, well, he lost the first fight. Anything could happen. Depends on how you look on the second fight. A draw would have been. I'll be okay with a draw. And obviously, he beat the 41-year-old man in his last fight. Cool. But then you want to talk about Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant being in his prime. Caleb Plant is nowhere near his prime. So, like I said, that's what's really killing the sport, man. All these fanboys. But I think I'm going to wrap it up. So make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. This is Elijah Fenn. I'm out.